Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with Eli Manning and the New York Giants. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. They've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the catch, this is Russell Shepard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Manning going to throw. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Solomon Thomas in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate it. And the pressure gets to him again. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel. That's how I paid the proper price.
How much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10.
11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And his throw is incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. You give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Garoppolo on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Wide open receiver, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. If you can sting them there, that'll open things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
To throw is Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion. Have a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And now before they run this fourth down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on fourth.
11.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And he's got it. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much fourth downs were emphasized. You know, because, as you said, it's a momentum play. It's also a big test for you. You know, if people are going to go for it on fourth down, they believe you're not up to the challenge. You want to show them differently. Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively.
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Connor Barwin. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30, down to the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. On first down, Garoppolo. Wide open receiver, complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
11.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. steps away to his left. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes this a 9-point game. Bailey now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And who's got it? The Giants. That's probably bringing back nightmares of last week, isn't it?
No doubt about it. Right now I'm looking over at the coaching staff, and I'm seeing the wheels turning in their heads, and you know what is happening? They're remembering how they started the season in camp, even in the offseason where they emphasized ball security, and they're wondering why the message isn't sinking in.
Yeah, 5 turnovers last week, now 1 here in the opening quarter. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Pushing his way through, finding his target. It's Cody Latimer. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
A first down carry for Barkley. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Manning to throw on second down. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
13.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Looking deep downfield. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. And this defense continues to dominate. How about 2 safeties in one game here?
You don't even put that on your goal sheet. This is something that results when you're playing really well on defense and the offense has nowhere to go with the football. Dominating performance.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They take over 1st and 10 following the interception. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's going to float this one deep right. This is caught at the 20. A big play, Garoppolo to Garcon, 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Dante Pettis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Play action. Manning. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. Play them with a screen soon.
Now Saquon Barkley, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up because otherwise...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Man open, it's Goodwin. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Garoppolo. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like it.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Now Manning, and this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One-handed, love the effort. Not much production on that play, though, huh?
Not a whole lot of yardage. You get that grab, you probably want a first down.
And he'll be the one in the film set.
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Aaron Lynch in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jaquiski Tartt. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got his man. It's Darbo. And that'll get him the first down as they get 9 yards out of that quick slant. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Pass interference. Defense.
Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That could really, really be demoralizing.
Now Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in it. New York set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Manning to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Nothing conservative about that play call. You said earlier in the quarter you wanted to see them open things up, maybe take some shots downfield. There you go.
Yeah, and that one was successful. But even if they're not successful, when you take those shots...
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Solomon Thomas in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tartt. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run.
And he's hit and taken down. Eli sacked. Reuben Foster in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Out on the field now, here come the 49ers. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. This will be caught inside the 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Garoppolo now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. There's Garoppolo to throw. Dancing to his left. And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Jimmy Garoppolo on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And that was just an old-fashioned scramble play, 4th and goal. And he willed his team into the end zone.
And I just don't know how, on the other side of the ball, you keep your composure. You account for everything. You defend everything. And this guy finds a way to make a play on you. Can you tell? That just agitates me a little bit as a former defender.
I know your hands are shaking. Odell Beckham now marching back onto the field. They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it in the huddle and on the side.
And he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Now Manning throwing on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Throwing on first down is Manning. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Solomon Thomas in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. On second down, here's Manning. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. 3rd and long for the Giants, and Eli following the sack. Now a handoff. This is Stewart, and he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments would the offense make to try to defeat you?
Block in the back. Return team.
And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
Garoppolo on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the 49ers continue to roll. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They begin with a run by Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12. On second down, here's Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10. Yet again, Pierre Garçon and company gearing up to take the field. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
You're hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 36 yards. On first down, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
11.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And New York set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
That throw good for 4. It's second down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They go play action here on first down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's third down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Manning. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down.
11. 12. 11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's second down.
11.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get it.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on him.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner first down. Now Garoppolo maybe a free play. Complete to the tight end Kittle over the middle of the field.
Offside. Defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
11. 6.
Garoppolo again. This is caught. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the 49ers continue to roll. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says, try something different. Try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started. And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They have been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And you remember pre-draft, there's a lot of speculation that the Giants should look for their future quarterback at number 2 with a great possibility. Remember, Sam Darnold from USC was still on the board, but they passed on him to take this runner, Saquon Barkley. And this is exactly why. They think he can extend the life of Eli Manning's career and give them 1,000-yard seasons year after year.
They haven't had a 1,000-yard season since 2012. Ahmad Bradshaw did it then. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Manning to throw on 2nd down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deshaun Hall able to get in and run him down for a loss of 14.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be And a big loss here as he's taken down. Deshaun Hall in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Past the 20. Wide open receiver complete.
Gun! 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 Hey! 4 down.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Gun! 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 Gun!
Here's Beathard to throw. The quick slant caught. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand.
Offside. Defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even know
for them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Bailey now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fielded at about the 28. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
3 down.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive.
Delay of game. Offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. To throw is Beathard. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Back to throw Beathard. He's got this complete to Marcell Ateman. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Here's Beathard to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Olivier Vernon in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. They'll throw here. Beathard. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now Beathard. Flushed out right. Shakes off the sand. The ball comes out, and this will go out of bounds, so they will lose yards on the play. And on 4th down, of course, it'll be a turnover on downs.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not there for him.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Beathard, he dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And New York set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
How in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
He finds Beckham complete. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Into the red zone now. Manning. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Vince Beagle in from his linebacker's spot. He's able to drop him for a loss of about 10. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, you see, and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And Parkey's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg. And they're at least trying to finish out strong.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball.
And this is caught inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And the 49ers going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Manning and the Giants come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. From the gun, it's Manning. And he'll toss this one in. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Manning will try again on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Vince Beagle in there to drop it for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And a loose football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. To throw is Beathard. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And that was solid coverage there from Dante Johnson.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DeMonte Kazin. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart at points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback, get a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to himself. They finally got one. They finally got me.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Now Manning throwing on second down. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Avoids him at the 40. A good return there, 17 yards. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. They have the big lead here late. They protected their home turf well, didn't they?
They certainly did, partner, and just think about how good that feels because every team has a goal when they start the year to win at home. All right, and sometimes you don't win all of them, but they managed to get that done today. Just think about your routine stays the same. Everything's familiar. You feel right going into the game, and they translated that into a win.
They did indeed. They protected the home field, and now the final stages. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Niners on third down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be third and a mile. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And the Giants ready to come out now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to.
And for the third time now, this is going to wind up a safety. Unbelievable. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They can now enjoy the final stages of this one. A very convincing win. I don't know what was said in the locker room, but whatever it was, it worked pretty well.
It certainly did, and it's probably a capper to everything that was said during the week. Because they go over every eventuality. I mean, you know how coaches are. They want to cover every minute detail, all the way up to how much time does it take to walk from the locker room to the field, you name it. And when it all comes together and results in a victory, everyone feels pretty good about that.
Well, the I's were dotted, the T's were crossed in this one for them. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Going up top. And incomplete on the deep ball. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did.
I got so much beef.